there were like, man, looking back on it, it's a fucking miracle that I got through that 24-hour. Because you know what? Not many people know, T, like, because my insomnia was real bad at the time.
Yeah.
That Friday morning was day 4 of no sleep, and we're about to do this 24-hour thing. So like tomorrow will be day 5, no sleep. I think I only told you and Morgan. Like just like Morgan was cool. Like he didn't have. There was the unsaid. Like he stuck around, knowing like there were times where I just like would text him like, I'm like, bro. Like, and like and Jen caught me out on one of them because I was literally crawled on your bathroom floor, like door was locked, just like in tears, like crying.
Yeah.
And then and she caught me like wiping tears when I came out. She's like, "You're right." I'm like, "Yeah." As if to like, what a weird thing to ask me. That's what the year sounded like.
Yeah.
I think if we did it again, it would be better.
Need more people.
Well, no, we got couches now as well, so you can come over and like chill out.
Well, we just dove into that shit, and then I remember with that first 6 hours where I'm like, yeah, you kind of need a team behind you, like,
yeah,
because we didn't really prepare for majority of those interviews.
No,
but we were just flying on the seat of our pants.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun.
I think
a good call not to do it this year.
Yeah,
because when you asked me a few months ago, like, can you do a 24-hour? Are you keen to do a 24-hour this year? I was just instantly, I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Why am I even?
Yeah.
And you didn't fight it. You're like, yeah, what a shame.
Yeah, good.
You're like, I don't know, man. I might end up in hospital again.
Well, that's the thing. To be honest with you, we ended last year with a bit of momentum behind us because of that Mike King thing, and we entered this year with like options. And then Cal's done just killed it, ruined it. And the thing is, though, there's so much fucking entertainment and shit to watch that like out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
And I feel like that
is that Morgan's jersey over there, just on that couch?
I don't know. You're probably the best.
I think that might be.
It's not one of ours, so.
I'll have a look.
Sleeve.
I'll have a look when I leave. It kind of looks like it. Otherwise, it might be Justin's.
Okay.
Because yeah. Kind of look like Morgan's.
Take it with you either way, because you'll see Justin before I do.
True.
In fact, whoever owns it. Oh, thank you, my love. Whoever owns it, you'll see them before I do.
Probably.
Oh, I missed a call from Kelvin.
Don't answer that, weirdo.
Yeah. Off you go. Out.
Miracle, he's calling.
So whose puppy is that one?
Owls.
Well, I thought you...
Lucy.
I thought you only kept one puppy.
Yeah, that one. And then the big brown one, the middle brown one, is our friend's puppy, who we're looking after because she's in hospital.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And so they need somewhere for it to go. And that's his mum.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh yeah, we'll look after him. And then the other one's Kirsty's dog.
Yeah. Because I was like, I know Lucy and Max, and then Lucy had another round of puppies.
Yeah, and she's got another one due at Christmas.
Another one?
Yeah, we weren't happy about that.
Oh. Oh, she's popping again.
Well, we were like, I think we won't let her breed again. It's just a lot for their body and shit.
Yeah.
And
it was a quick turnaround between pregnancies too.
Yeah. And then unfortunately Max got to her when she was on heat. So now after this one, she goes in for the snip.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I know that and we should get Max snipped as well, but he's just so old. The operation will probably kill him. So.
How old is he?
He's 10.
Oh Jesus! And then how is Lucy?
She's 3 or 4.
Oh, real?
Yeah.
Oh, did I say your name?
The dog at home's 7.
Yeah.
I said your name, so you wanted to, don't you?
So Tracey, hi.
Hi.
Have you started?
We've been going for a
You
while.
say this every podcast. You're like, have
well, at
we
least you
started?
can. I hadn't. Okay. Hello,
We need to attach this machine
everyone.
to a big...
Maybe you might have to edit. Like, I don't think I spoke a word for like a while.
That's right.
I was kind of like this. I had the microphone down, like waiting.
Yeah.
As it turns out. Okay. Well, hello everyone.
Hello. We're here with Tracey, everyone.
Hi.
And Tracey's here to tell us a great tale. Go.
Oh.
Put her on the spot.
Yeah,
no, Tracey wanted to come back on the show.
We had a comedy hub gathering here last.
No, we did not.
Not really.
No, we did not have a comedy hub.
No?
gathering. We just had a gathering.
Oh, I was semi-conscious.
It was kind of semi-impromptu
Yeah.
because it was sort of
Here's
planned.
the thing. You planned it last Thursday because I was here when
Yeah.
you did it. You planned the event.
Yeah.
But then like I went off the radar for like 3 days. I was like genuinely not well.
Yeah.
And then like I only came to Saturday, kind of yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
And as soon as I woke up, my daughter, because you were messaging Kiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
Because I hadn't heard from you, so I just
She
wanted to
popped
check
her
in
head
and
and she's
see.
like, "You might want to message Dylan." I'm like, "Why? Like, what happened?" I
Yeah.
think poker's cancelled, and I was like, "What day is it?" Like, it took me a while to figure it out,
Yeah.
and like I just saw that you just cancelled it.
Yeah,
So then
yeah.
I lied to you and said, "I feel great." No, like fully, because I just felt shit that I ruined everyone's plans. That's how I felt.
Yeah. Well, the idea was that we were going to have a small game with like 5 people.
We just wanted to that poker itch needed to
Yeah.
be scratched.
And originally it was going to be like just the boys.
Sorry about it.
And then, we're going to cancel it. And then last minute we went. So I messaged everyone and I said, we're back on. And the reason why we only wanted a few people was because, like, even though, like, Kels knows how to play, like, I didn't know how many people knew how to play.
Yeah, it was beginner as.
Yeah. So I wanted to so we're all kind of, apart from, like, maybe Kels, because I didn't know Justin had played and I didn't know Morgan's brother had played. And then so Morgan's obviously picked up that skill as well and all that sort of thing and knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know all that. So I'm just like, okay, well, I'm just... I didn't... Yeah, I guess I was just assuming.
We had like a full table of 9.
Yeah, so in the end, but it was going to be just the boys. And in the end, when I messaged everyone, I was like, but you feel free to bring partners and stuff like that. And the idea was behind that, it was like, I felt... After a while, I feel a bit shitty, like... Morgan's going to be like, bye, Tracy. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, that's not fair.
I wouldn't have cared.
I did.
I was
You know what I mean?
No, sometimes I'm a little bit just like, you know what, you go hang out with your friends, it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, that, like, you guys are our friends.
But that's what I mean. Like, I feel bad.
I was
like, we're all
all
friends.
like, even though it was unexpected, I was all for it because my thing is this: like, if,
Yeah.
even if just one person in this group like starts to, like, enjoy like latches
Yeah.
onto it quite quickly, like, because I don't have that anymore. Like, because
Yeah.
we used to have a group religiously, like, growing up every Wednesday night.
Yeah.
It was like at our house. Like, poker was always like it was always part of my life. So
Yeah.
like, it was, it would be cool if like maybe we started doing that more regularly.
I think we will.
Because it doesn't
I'm
take
keen
long to like learn the game.
No.
It's not hard to learn.
Yeah.
Did you pick up on an ENT, like how to play?
Yeah. Well, obviously, Morgan taught me before, so
Yeah.
sort of, hang on, I've got the puppy running around.
For like classic Dylan over here, classic first timer, like had the biggest stack the entire game, just rolling and hitting cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It was fun, and I think what I'm keen to do is do it again. Well, there's a couple lessons learnt, right? One is you need to have 2 sets of poker chips. So as people go out, they can go into another game immediately.
I've got
Yeah.
I got hundreds. I got stacks of those briefcases.
Yeah.
I should have bought them. My bad.
And we have the capacity to do 2 games at once.
Ooh.
So you don't want to start 2 games at once. But
Yeah,
I reckon
no.
you start one, and then you have... I don't want to call it the loser table, but like the strikeout table. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Here was
you
my
move to the
predicament.
next table and you play there.
When we first came up with the idea of like playing for money, I instantly felt bad. Like I thought that's not right. Like
Yeah.
because you guys are just learning. It was a good call in the end just to no money involved.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
Because usually that's a bad thing.
To be
Yeah,
fair, I thought
but-
you were bummed out because you weren't playing for money. You're like, oh, fuck.
No, I wasn't bummed at all. But my thing was like I just came off like a 4 days in bed,
Yeah.
and usually like I'll need that yesterday as well to recover
Yeah.
because obviously I felt bad about like like I was like no I'm fine, but in my head I'm like I've got the rest of the day to get out of bed and blah blah. But like I was putting on like it didn't last long.
Yeah.
And that's when I couldn't last till the end. Like I gotta go, and then I
Went.
Dipped.
yeah.
Kind of left. Didn't go home.
I'm gonna take this conversation like a left turn. I'm gonna ask you, T. What's your definition of a relapse?
Here we go.
Oh.
I asked that like not knowing that like, there's no right or wrong answer. I feel because
Basically, you go back to your habits of
you're the first one who said that.
your old habits that you're trying to break away from. And
Yeah, so my thing is, I looked at it as, because I started asking, I think Dylan's one of the first people I asked, and it's quite common when people like, when you go back to that activity again. But my answer's the same, like when you go back to old habits and lifestyle, like I think, like for instance, like an alcoholic, if he has one sip of beer, like is that a relapse? Like what I'm saying, there's a buffer like
yeah.
zone, right? Like it's a bit of
Yeah.
a grey area.
My thing is like, and I told you this before, like, you got to look at the level and the intent. Like, like, we'll just use alcohol as an example, right? Like, if you're like, I have to get up and I have to drink first thing in the morning just to be alive, right? One sip is you're right back. Do you know what I mean? Because alcohol was keeping you going.
Yeah.
But if you're, and this can still be considered alcoholic, if you're the kind of person who you don't drink all week, but come Friday night you've blacked out and you do not recover until Monday, that is still an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I
But-
was neither
so
of
for
those, but
those
I was
people-
a pisshead.
Yeah, for those people,
That's it.
having 2 drinks and then stopping is not.
Yeah.
That's sort of
Relapsing.
I still feel like that's kind of like containing yourself to a
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know you can't black out, but, like, you still need that to
Yeah.
survive.
Like, because here's the thing, like, we always try and be transparent in this
Yeah.
show, right? Like, so it was coming up, like, basically at 9 months I've been sober. But, like, the mental health, man, it's so insane. Like, I've never felt these levels of, like, not suicidal thoughts, but feelings. And it's heavy feelings. Like, it's an hour by hour, minute by minute battle. So, like, you look for, like, antidepressants, right? But I'm, like, that's the maximum I can take. And I just started struggling because for years I've used drugs and alcohol as a
Way.
to cope.
Yeah,
like
crutch.
And like when you're at a point where like I can't be left alone if I have those blackout periods now. Like so, like my daughter has to be on suicide watch and shit sometimes. That's when I came around here. Like I every attempt to go to like the bro's house, but I came here first. And like when me and Dylan sat down, I just flat out asked him like, "What do you consider a relapse?" Because it was kind of like I needed you to like,
Reassure.
yeah, like justify, reassure. Because it was an internal battle.
Yeah.
I ended up not, like I went round there, but I decided like, no, I'm gonna cling in there. But then I
Yeah.
had a pretty shitty week. It was just more shit on top of more shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like when last night when we were all hanging out, like I couldn't handle it. I don't know how to explain it. And that was kind of like the last straw because I was like the few times I get to leave the house and I'm hanging out with my people, like my mates, and I was really uncomfortable. And that's when I'm like, I have to leave. And then I went and I had my like first like drug, like narcotic since I
Oh,
went
yeah?
to the hospital. Yeah, last night.
Yeah.
Just testing the waters.
And how'd that go?
Everything was fine.
I
'cause
mean,
I
you're
was,
here today, so.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like I'm in like this is like someone I've known forever, right? So he knew that like I
Yeah.
was like working within my means, sort of thing. So like nothing really changed. But then I noticed pretty quickly that dark cloud, like
Yeah.
because those suicidal feelings. It's kind of like sometimes I feel myself hunched.
Yeah.
It's like this
Yeah.
pressure, and I was really in tune with how I was feeling because this is my first time I've taken any sort of drug in like since March.
Yeah.
And I noticed straight away, like, holy, just like that, like all that feeling went away.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
nothing then, like antidepressants, like do.
Yeah.
So then my thing is like, how the fuck can you justify saying that drugs make your life easier? Like, because this was a one-off last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I was asking, is that a relapse or?
Again, I think it comes down to intent and your levels previously. Like if your levels previously were, I have to do this every day just to,
It got to that
Live.
point. Like I lost
Yeah.
control though. Like
But-
lessons learned.
but you've done this once and you've walked away and you're going and you're saying just now like it was one off, it was fun.
No, it felt good to feel like I always like the 2019 cows. Like
Yeah.
that's the cows I want to. Like I still want to be the most like that, but there's a large gap between. So it's not about getting high and enjoying it. It's just
Yeah.
to kind of feel like even keeling it, like in control.
Sorry, I'll
You
cut
know?
you off there. Here's probably a deep question for you. Why do you want to go back to the 2019 cows?
Oh,
Because that's when I was like, it was like the height of my like in terms of I was in the best mental health shape, physical health, spiritual. Like everything was going really well in my life before everything crumbled down. Like, and I worked hard to get there. And like I know I could get back to that again. But that's what started with the whole drugs and alcohol thing because I like felt like I had to play up to this like hyped up like cows. So then I started taking drugs and alcohol just to feel even keel again.
Yeah.
So last night was the first time that was the first time I felt like that since I've been in the hospital.
Yeah.
And if anything, I was like, uh-oh. The bro was like, what? I'm like, what does this mean now? Like,
Yeah.
and he goes, I just figured you had a plan, bro. I'm like, well, I don't know, like...
Yeah. The thing is, though, like...
If I'm up to the eyeballs in so many other drugs, what I don't see...
Prescription drugs, you mean?
Yes. I take a shit ton of them.
So...
What's the difference?
As I've said to you, like, when we had this conversation last, like, my thing was, like, dude, you're an adult at the end of the day. If you're going to make your own choices, you're also going to make your own mistakes. But the difference between you and most people is you own your own mistakes, right?
Yeah, I didn't have to mention this.
But no, you do all the time. You're like, oh, I made that mistake. And,
you provoked it yourself. So.
No, like that's what I like.
You like to
help myself.
So you just have to be honest. Like the thing
I've always been
brutally.
I've never stopped doing that. Like,
yeah.
Because the thing about that is, you don't have to think. You don't have to try and be like when people try and be something they're not. Like it fucks my head up. Like why? Like all you have to do is just not have to think at all. Just be yourself. It's not hard.
And I think that's what sometimes I struggle with. Like some days, it's just like I don't get why people like kind of hide their intentions or stuff like that. It's like, why can't you just be upfront?
I come from a family like that. Like I don't come from a family of talkers. Like this is just years of like sales roles and stuff like that. But like I'm kind of like the opposite. Whether you like it, it's even on your delivery as well. But the elephant in the room, like, or for me, just. It's amazing when we started this podcast, when I started like putting my neck out there saying shit I'd hid for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And I just did it without thinking. Like, and I don't think I would have continued doing that if the response wasn't so fucking positive.
Yeah.
Like even like some of my closest mates like you know, like started like the conversation started being more mental health related.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I'm onto something here. Like
I've cracked the code.
Well, like I know a lot of people, like I know a lot of my like mates and family like drugs and alcohol and like addiction is for different reasons, different people, you know, but people sometimes are kind of ashamed to talk about it. Whereas for me, like this is me still trying to like, it's been like 4 year like hurricane. I feel like I think it's finally finished the damage. Yeah. Like I'm at the tail end of it now.
Yeah. I mean, as I said, if you're honest with yourself.
It was an internal battle, like.
And you're not making those. Because, like, you know, like, we've all had those, like, even if you listen to this and you're like, well, I've never really done drugs, or I've never drunk, or I've never had a problem with it. But, like, maybe one night you sat on the couch and you justified 2 more Tim Tams.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's no different. There is no difference in that. And I know someone might argue, well, one is legal, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. I mean the internal process of just a little more.
Yeah.
So you have to be honest with yourself with your... Or just a little more.
Plus, everyone's...
Because the day you do that and you catch yourself justifying 2 more Tim Tams is the day you need to go, no, this is it, I fucked up.
What like fucks me up is like people who live in this small little world, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a whole fucking... Even Palmy, there's an underbelly that runs this place. Like if you're a product of your environment, if you're not the sort of person who grew up amongst drugs and alcohol, it's pretty clean sort of living, and you never had that around you, then of course like you look at it quite like sort of like snub your nose, like oh, you know, drugs and alcohol, blah blah. But if it's been in your life in and out, it's nothing out of the ordinary. Yeah. You know, like
I think
it's not so taboo. Like in my eyes, it's not so taboo. Like
I think you're less likely to talk about it openly if you grow up in that sort of family environment where
you're choosy. Like look at how long it took me to like talk about this to you guys. Like the only 2 people I talk to is like the bro that lives nearby and my brother. Like you know, like there would be like comedy hub gigs and stuff, but then after a gig or after Macca's, like I wouldn't go home. Places that I'd go to. And I'm not willing to go in those circles again. But
and that's the being honest with yourself. You need to be.
Yeah, I already said
like
to
you know, like no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, and I also feel like that's like I'm still going back to this whole 2019 cows. It's sort of like you trying to aiming yourself to get up to there because you're like, oh, I was happy, I was mentally well, blah blah blah.
I'm just comparing apples with apples, I guess.
Yeah. But the thing is that when you're like starting off your journey or something, you can't. It's always hard, like mentally, to go back to that.
It's
like
just the last.
you can always compare yourself to that, but you're never gonna reach it. And
I'm never gonna reach because life's different now, right?
Yes.
Like, and especially a year like
So-
this year can't help but leave scars and like
Yeah.
trauma. But what I'm trying to say is like 2019 is the last like memory of like not being so like debilitated by physical mental health. Like I was living a pretty decent life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's before all the pain started. Like I was working, earning good money, you know, like driving. I was driving. It wasn't that long ago. Like the thought of me driving right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy.
Oh.
I played that poker game at York. Like we played for 4 hours. I didn't see the cards like ever.
Yeah.
And the blind guy won. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did
But-
it take 4 hours for that poker game?
Yeah, we were just playing
Yeah, it was
around.
long.
Like I think it was.
I don't think it was 4 hours, but it was quite a while.
Yeah, I know that because I know I got a bit bored once I was out, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh.
Lesson two. Lesson 2 from last night is we need to be better organised with food
True.
because that halted everything.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe you
After a
guys
while.
You guys took 3 hours to figure out what to order.
Well, I'm always
It's
the
blowing
one
my
that.
mind. Like you guys are still because I wasn't
I'm-
hungry. Then
You
fuck-
got to play mum, right? And be like, come on, kids, what are we eating?
Well, I'm always the one that has to, and well, because I'm always like, I'm fucking hungry, so I'm always the one that's like, all right, what are we getting, people? I even do it like at home, like
Yeah.
when it's just like Morgan, Jada, and Siobhan. Like I'm always just like, all right, what are we having?
There's
Some
still
fucking
four like individuals going and
Adults for adults.
just
Yeah.
order for just
I'm not-
like just
sorry.
flat rule like just flat rule like order your own shit. So I have to worry about anyone.
Most of the time it's all right,
Yeah.
but yeah, because now half of us are poor, but yeah, so you kind of have to plan for your own thing. But you
Yeah.
know, if it's something special, then it's just like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And we should make it clear, it's not like you guys sit there every night and order food.
No, I
Because
don't.
I know that's not true.
I don't now.
No. Because you've talked to me about before how you've done, like, what, the delivery boxes? What are they called? Order fresh and easy.
It's 2019, Kels.
Yeah, big difference.
I don't look sick.
You
Yeah.
don't look sick now.
Yes, I do, bro. Like I'm not saying that like poor me, boo-hoo. Like I just look in the mirror, I'm like you can tell, like fuck, man. Like you
Yeah.
look like you've been through hell.
Deliver easy.
Deliver
Green
easy.
box.
Hella fresh.
Fuck, I knew it, sorry.
No, I actually stopped that because I wasn't actually cooking.
Oh,
Just
okay.
because like farming, I'd just get back and I'm so knackered, and then I couldn't bother cook.
Yeah, I get
And
that.
plus, it's way out of my budget now, so I'm just
Yeah,
like,
fair
oh.
enough.
Hey, so there's a gig in Wellies tonight, right? Modern.
Yeah.
Who's all going?
So literally my friends.
Literally everyone we know.
Yes, and I stayed here because I've got work tomorrow.
Oh, you didn't go. So you're not going down? Have they already left?
They already left. They left at like 4:00.
Was that Morgan,
Yeah.
Siobhan, Jada?
Yeah.
Who's performing out of them?
So Siobhan. Yep. Morgan's producing. There's also Laura Tremaine, Laura Bruce. Oh lordy. There's probably some other people I can't think on the top of my head.
Fuck, where's this year gone? It's nearly the awards.
Yeah.
Like when people go, oh, like how's it affected comedy, like your year this year? And I always say, oh, the last time I was like on stage was the awards. Because then
Yeah.
a week
Yeah,
later,
but you were like still half dead.
I was really crook that night. Like I felt like I think like for some people it would have looked kind of arrogant when I was like didn't want to do like acceptance speeches.
Oh yeah.
But like I was slurring my words. I'm like, if I talk, it's gonna look really obvious. So I was just
Yeah.
like, nah, no, like. And then Alex Neil like said he would take me home, and that's when he like had a cry. Like he thought he was gonna win, and it made it really awkward. And like
What, the podcast thing?
no, like so Alex Neil took me home the awards night
Yeah.
because I wasn't like doing well. Like I needed to go.
Yeah.
And then like we were getting out to the lights. He's like, yeah, like. Oh, the breakthrough artist of the year. Like, to be honest with you, mate, like, I really thought I had that in the bag. Like, that should be, I thought I was going to win. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, never assume.
No, but
No?
then like since then, like I've noticed, this year he's put in heaps of work.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
I definitely think like
Like
we haven't done like there's no like confirmed tally of like top 5, but I reckon he's gonna
yeah, good for
take
him.
out some
I always liked his
awards.
writing style,
Yeah.
so that's cool. Like
And he's like done well producing.
Yeah.
Like those
MCing.
but it's been a
Oh,
fucking year, just like that. The year's gone. Where the fuck's
Yeah.
the year gone? Like
yeah. Like he's been doing those promotion videos when he was doing spicy yogurt.
Yeah.
His thing. I was just like the time and effort that he put into that. I'm just like,
That's a lot.
dude.
Yeah.
Like so that the awards the week after was like it was Dylan came round and it was the day before I went into hospital and my
Yeah.
legs were like
Watermelons.
they were huge and even then I was like nah Shiv, I'll walk it off.
There's not
And Dylan's like please let me take you to the hospital. I'm like you know what it's just a little swelling. And then the next day like I think Kiana messaged you like
Dad's in hospital.
yeah.
Like, finally, what took so long?
And then next thing you know, boom, it's nearly been a year.
Yeah. There you go. So, Tracy, what's been in your year?
Oh, fucking so much.
You broke rule 1.
What?
broke rule
Swearing?
No, don't screw the crew.
Oh.
Don't screw the crew unless you're gonna like make it something. Like you guys have just surpassed a year.
Yeah.
Tracy and Morgan. Like I think when you have a group of friends,
Yeah.
and 2 of them who you're already friends with link up and like they're a year deep and happy as fuck. Oh, what
No,
a beautiful,
the problem was,
what a
Tracy,
feel good story.
The problem with all of it was for the bystanders, and I speak on behalf of everyone you know, it wasn't Ross and Rachel enough. It was just too easy.
Oh.
It's just too... One day Morgan's like, yeah, me and Tracy together. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And you've been together... I wanted the Ross and Rachel story.
Oh,
you know what
God.
I mean? Will they? Won't they? Should they?
That's just a boring old like love story where everyone's just happy and it works out.
And we could have got 9 seasons out of this.
Oh,
You know, we could have built 9 seasons around this.
damn, I could have been rich by then.
Jennifer Aniston rich.
Oh, yeah.
What a year! What a year it's been.
Could have hooked up with Brad Pitt in the meantime.
Ooh.
Then on the reunion show, you actually would have admitted to each other in real life. You actually really liked each other, and then you would have been like, oh,
Oh, well.
yeah.
Thanks.
I just wanted one of my friends to live in a television show.
Oh,
I think it's cool when you have a group like 2 of them, they link up and it's all good. It works out.
Yeah.
No, it's great.
Joe Damon's listening to this going, I do live in a TV show, motherfucker.
he's like, what are you talking about? I do
Yeah.
bounce. I bounce all the time.
Yeah.
The last time we like you appeared on the podcast, like life was tough with work,
Yeah.
with farming and whatnot.
Yeah.
What's changed in the like? Because how long has it been since you were on the potty? 2 years.
24 hour.
Yeah, 24 hours. So
2
at least
years.
A year.
A year.
A year and a month. And then before that, it was easy 3 months.
But I know like
3-4 months.
work was stressing you the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, have you made much changes in your life? in
Well,
that area?
like basically halfway through this year, I basically had another mental breakdown, which I hadn't had since I was about 20 when I first got diagnosed with depression.
Yeah.
So I was literally just in that. Again, I was in that bad place, but
Yeah.
it wasn't as bad because I knew exactly how to I knew exactly what to do to get out of it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like, oh, where do I go from here? Like I knew exactly what the trigger was.
Yeah.
That led
That's
me
good.
that led me to that point. So,
Yeah.
and it was real good because I was just like, all right, I just need to take some time off work and just refocus on building what.
Man, you handled this
Need it.
situation like a pro. Like,
Yeah, I know. I was like,
tick, tick,
Jesus
tick.
Christ.
Yeah, wow.
That's cool.
But yeah, it was also good because Morgan was there too, so he
Yeah.
supported me through the whole thing, and
Yeah.
then my mum did actually come down for a couple of days and stay with
nice.
me, which was nice. Yeah, and so that was probably like the lowest moment. So I'm just like, well,
Yeah.
can't get worse from here. So I guess Morgan's seen me at my really lowest. So
Yeah, yeah.
just gotta stick around now.
Yeah, totally. And so like when that happened, you know, like it's amazing that like between the first time. So what I'm hearing is between the first time and this time, you learnt
A little bit. It
a
took
lot
like
of some tools.
yeah.
And
How
then
did you
find this time you took away even more? Like, okay, now I know this, and
I mean,
this.
it was just like one thing. Like for me, if something stresses for me, normally what stresses me out is like the basics. It's like job, money, housing. So if one of those stress points fucks me over, I'm done. But so I knew it was one of those stress triggers.
Yeah.
Which is like a normal stress trigger for most people.
Totally.
But yeah, that's the thing that like breaks down, and then I'm just like, okay, I need to work a plan to get out of this, because it kind of did get to a point where it was like 2 months of like where I was like thinking, oh, I wonder what happens if I just grab a rope and just hang in the cow shed, or what if I just jump off the vat, because it's like, you know, pretty high on a concrete.
How long will those passing thoughts stay in your mind?
It was about 2 months until I broke down.
Continuously, on and off, like
on and off. And like obviously at work I was just breaking down all the time, so so I knew how to get out of it. It was just a matter of time of changing that situation, because obviously trying to get a job nowadays is not
fun.
It's not fun, and it's not easy.
No.
But basically just got a different job now. Where I'm working less hours.
Cool.
It's literally an 8-hour job, so like from 5:30 in the morning to 2 o'clock at night. But afternoon.
2 o'clock in the afternoon,
and then from Sunday to Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I've got time off.
You got a much better work-life balance now.
Yes.
That's important.
And which is really good, because now, like obviously now I'm like I'm still in the committee for like the comedy hub, so I get to like, so I know what stuff I need to do. Because that was also a highlight. It was producing
shows.
I got to.
Cool. You did a few.
No, I only did one.
I felt like you did more. Maybe I think you were just more involved. Like you were just a bit more hands-on.
Because I was trying. It was the Reese Mathewson show. And I was pretty much just like, promote early, get this sorted. Like I worked on it since probably May. I was thinking about a headline act.
And was it September?
Yeah. And then just slowly worked out who was going to be on there. Get the promotion out. Try to get things as possible. And then turned out a good turnout, so that was great. And then so obviously more stuff coming up with Comedy Hub. And then I also started going to Young Farmers a bit more, because I've obviously got more time. And then I'm in the committee for Young Farmers this year too.
That's awesome.
So I'm the publicity officer, so I just
cool.
So I'm literally just hands on social media.
But the cool thing is you're doing stuff that you enjoy because you've got the time to do it now.
Exactly.
Which is awesome. Like one thing I noticed going from like the rat race, like especially with my job, like it wasn't like clock out at 5 and go home. There's a lot of admin and stress and responsibility, right? And to go from that to starting off being like a self-employed copyright, one thing that I sort of started enjoying is not so much like money, like time was another currency. Like I just had a lot more time, and especially with Kiana, like she was starting at school and stuff. Like I could choose when I could, like when I can work and when I didn't have to work. And it was so liberating. Like and that was 2019. Like when like I was earning enough, like just about the same amount that I was earning as a salary. And even though I could like knowingly like do more, because it's all like whatever you want to do. Like purposely like I like to have that balance. Because then you start realizing that even though you might have been on like an 82k salary, like you're on a high salary, but you were like not living within your means because you were just always so fucking miserable. Like buying shit you didn't need. So that's cool, man. It sounds like you're a lot more happier and.
I mean, I still miss my cows because I had a lot of babies.
Work-life balance is fucking essential, man.
But if the money was a little bit higher, then I'd be perfect.
You can't have it all.
Because that's the only downside, is that the money's on the lower side, so now I have to go back to my means.
Just enjoy like the time you've got. Because you know firsthand, like, because I remember when you used to pull on those insane, like, farmers hours, you know, like,
Yeah.
God, yeah.
fuck me, like.
And I gotta give it up. I
So
still
you've
gotta give
you've
it
been
up
on
to
the
all
other end of the
farmers.
spectrum
totally.
where you've done like 80 fucking hour weeks, right, in the pouring rain. So just enjoy having this time. There's nothing wrong with like just recollecting yourself,
Yeah.
having a breath. There's nothing wrong with that. Like taking a job that like frees up time for your sanity.
And the other cool thing is, like, because you got more time for, like, the young farmers thing, that might eventually lead to something else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there might be someone you talking to for that, and they're like, oh, by the way, we've got this open. Would you like to, you know?
Yeah.
It's like that networking thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's going to get you to network with other people that you wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah.
And you don't know what that'll lead to.
Well,
Yeah.
like how's your photography course going?
It's finished.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's all done.
And then
So
verdict.
the last
is-
class was Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Like yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh.
And what was the verdict? Did you nail it? Did you pass? You flying
I've only
colours?
got 2 results back. I've got an A and an A minus.
Oh, nice.
Pretty
Yeah.
decent.
On
That's
the first 2
pretty
images.
decent.
So I'm waiting for the third image to come through.
Oh,
With
yeah.
marks for that.
And then do you have like a, like a gallery thing? Like where...
We did that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So we were part of... So normally when they do that course, at the end of the course they do like an exhibition for everyone on the course. And sometimes they combine it with the introduction. Because I did the intermediate, so
Yeah.
they combine it with the introduction as well. But this year, the timing of the course worked out where we could have ours in the full UCOL exhibition.
Oh.
So it was way, way bigger.
Oh, okay.
So, which was good because we got our stuff in front of more people.
Yeah.
But also bad because, like, you're in amongst diploma students doing not just photography but like graphics and arts.
Yeah.
So some of the stuff there was amazing, like just like high quality, especially like the third year students.
Yeah.
When they're, ready to go out to work and shit like that. Their stuff was amazing and stuff. So you do get kind of lost in the shuffle a wee bit. But yeah, no, it's all done.
So is the expedition still up?
It's finished. It is. It's finished because they have it at UCOL.
Oh.
And they have it in the teaching spaces. So after a while, they have to they leave it up for like 5 days and then they take it down.
So was it open for the public to like see or no?
No.
Oh.
Not really.
I feel like you two are killing it at life at the moment.
Yeah,
Well, we'll
but-
see what next year brings.
Beautiful to see. I just want to jump on like your coattails.
Yeah, I was actually meant to go do some photos today, but I came home. We went to family lunch, and then I came home and slept for like 2 hours.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, and then I kept nagging you to be on here, and you're like, no.
No. And then you didn't actually message me. When you messaged me, Cal's had just messaged me.
Oh, good timing, man.
Yeah, no, it worked out perfect, and that's why I said to you, I'll just check in with him. And then he was like, yeah, no, Pete. You're like, oh, Pete's about to go out, and that's why I came back to you straight away. And I was like, yeah, come now.
Yeah.
So it actually worked out. Like your message worked out perfect.
Yeah.
Like the timing could not have been better because I'd just woken up. I think I already had a message from Cal's when I woke up, and then yours came through a few minutes later. It's like, oh man, moons aligned and all that sort of thing. And,
How's your state of mind at the moment, bro? How's your mental health?
I'm bummed out that the course is finished.
Because it's like something that you've worked so hard, and then like it's all gone, and you're like, oh fuck, what do I do now?
And it was just so like I've always wanted to do photography. Like,
Yeah.
that was my dream job. Like, if I could do that forever, I'll be so happy. But like, it was so nice to talk to people who love the same thing as you. I know we all love comedy, and that's what we talk about, right?
Yeah.
It was the same thing where like we were talking about like photographers and art and blah blah blah, and like your lecturer is like an award-winning photographer, like multi-award-winning, like really well known in this country, really respected. And then we had a class full of people who were all the same. So, like, some of the classes we would end up just looking at famous photographers. Like, there were 2 or 3 things where he's like, we're just going to look at photos. And it was so cool just to have that discussion about, like, I love the composure of this and blah, 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 and I don't like this and I do like that. And I would have done this in colour, they've done it in black and white, or vice versa. Or actually, that would have never worked in colour. It only works in black and white, or whatever. And to have those discussions, and then to have a room full of people at different levels of what they can and can't do. Like, we had people who were amazing photographers, but not great at, like, Photoshop. And then we had other people who are amazing photographers and good at Photoshop, so I could take their images and make them 50 times better. Do you know what I mean? So it was really cool.
It's just having like that sense of community where
totally.
you can talk to like someone about something else that you're interested. Because like Comedy Hub is like obviously our interest, and that's what we can all talk about. But I can't turn around and talk everything about farming with you guys.
No, exactly.
You don't know a thing. So young farmers is the best place to go to. Because
exactly, and that's what I found is that. So I'm bummed out I don't get to go do that twice a week. You know what I mean?
No, but did you meet a couple people?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, so you can.
And I've already been in touch with them since. And like Mike, one of the guys, I've been like, I got this idea that I really want to do.
Yeah.
And then, so next year is either going to be continue studying photography through. So I did a certificate, right? Yeah. They do a diploma, and I would love to do the diploma, but it's full time. I can't quit my job.
Yeah.
So I either do it through correspondence, through Southern Institute, or distance learning. They don't call it correspondence anymore. Yeah. Online distance learning. Or I don't do that. I give it a break for a year, studying, formal study. Join the camera club, which is like, they've got like 80 members, and every month you get an assignment to do.
Oh yeah.
Like they have, and it's a competition sort of thing.
Yeah.
And do that for a year, and then look at studying more the year after or something like that. Or I did the intermediate certificate, and they actually do an introduction certificate. And I'll go back and do that just because it's like, why not?
Yeah.
So. But yeah, it's cool. I've got all these ideas I want to go and do now, and it's
cool like hearing you got like an insight into what you guys are up to.
Yeah.
Because I find that shit inspiring, but it also puts things in perspective for me as well. To not to, but then just because I can't do the shit you guys are doing, I don't sit here like envious or anything. Like it's genuine. Like, oh, that's so cool. You get to do that sort of thing. That's the sort of attitude. Because my goals are pretty simple. Like, like for me, the eyesight's not going to be here anytime soon. So my simple thing is, one, don't die.
Yeah. That's a pretty good one.
Like nothing else matters this year. I literally just want to get to January 1st. I just want to say goodbye to 2023. But my thing is if I could get 3 things back in my life, it would be comedy, poker, and the gym.
I thought you were gonna say health things like my pancreas, my eyes.
No, 3 things that I miss having in my life. That if I could just have those 3 things, I'll be fucking stoked with that. Because it looks like this whole recovery thing of 2023. I think it's more or less the same as next year as well. Yeah, I just didn't realize it was gonna take that long.
Yeah.
But I find out I got some big news. On Wednesday, I see the anaesthetist. Am I saying that right? Anaesthetist.
Sleepy doctor.
And I see him on Wednesday, and he's the one that makes the call if I can handle surgery or not. He's the one that says yay or nay.
Yeah.
And there's a lot riding on this, because if he says that I can handle anesthesia, I'm already booked in to get my first surgery for my right eye and left eye. I'm in the motion of getting that done.
Yeah.
But it's also there's options available for this pancreatitis shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if he turns around and says to me look, it's not safe for you to be on anesthesia, what could be, it's a feasible outcome. If he says that on Wednesday, everything just that's
grinds
it. No, it's game over.
Yeah.
Because we've tried everything non-surgical.
Yeah.
The eyes, my eyes can only be fixed. Transplant stubborn.
Yeah.
Because that night that you came, that first night when I wasn't meant to see the morning.
Yeah.
And then the next morning I got wheeled to that room.
Yeah.
That was I was on a heavy amount of
Oh yeah, I know.
And I was just shit, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
All I was thinking, I was lying there, I was wondering it was real kind of is it gonna hurt? When you die, is it a long process? Is it in my sleep?
Yeah. Any little twinge, you're this is it?
Yeah, well, that happened, because I was I don't want to fall asleep. Sleep's the cousin of death. I don't want to sleep. I'll try and stay awake. And I finally nodded off because of all the drugs and shit. And when I woke up, I had this electric shock pain on my chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was like
You're
legit.
"Here we
Like,
go."
no, but I was just like, fuck, like, because Kiana and Mum at home.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sorry, babe. Like, and I was ringing the nurse.
Yeah.
And then the pain just went away. And then I just didn't die.
And
And then I just hung
Just
around.
haven't died for like the past.
No, I mean, I
year.
just hung on. Like, it's just
Yeah.
weeks kind of like that stupid list of demands for my funeral that my brother thought was real, like the white doves and the pink impersonator, like
Yeah.
Prince. Because I remember when I'm like, it was real somber, like, and I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, Mum can't do the funeral. You're gonna have
Yeah.
to step up. And he was like, yeah. And it was real somber. And I was like, oh, here's a few things that I would like. And I didn't say anything. I just lay in the bed,
Yeah.
and I could hear him muttering like white doves.
Yeah. Where am I meant to
Prince
get those?
impersonator, like subwoofers on the cat. Like, yeah, like the next day when he came in, I was like, I was only kidding about the funeral. He's like, do you know what? I've been trying to figure out where to get white doves all day. Like, it was just like the one, like, that's all the energy I had to be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
But then,
That time was very scary because like that whole time it was like,
Yeah.
nah, we're preparing for Cal's.
well,
Oh, yeah.
And I
well,
was just like, I'm preparing to like support Morgan.
yeah. The
Yeah.
next
in
day,
your death.
Morgan came into that. So that first day in that room, the first day in the ward, I remember Morgan came. That was like, it was like a goodbye.
Yeah.
Because we were like choked up.
Yeah.
There was a few moments like that. Like my thing, the thing that I had was when I was down in ED, because I got told all this later. Like they go, we were like, he's not going to see the morning, like give him the resus speech, and they came in and we didn't really know what was going on at the time, and
Yeah.
just came in fucking with no warning.
Guns loaded.
No, that doesn't bother me in the slightest. I'm so used to that. But like, no, like know your audience. Like look at the room. Like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
like my mum and my like clearly like a teenage girl, like my
Yeah.
daughter, and just bluntly like you're not gonna see
It
the
was like,
morning.
don't you nurses ever do comedy?
So
you
when
should
you-
learn that.
Yeah, yeah.
when
Good
you
opener.
when you have a cardiac arrest, do you want us to resuscitate? Bearing in mind you may be a vegetable. And I was like, wait, back what? Like, and just fuck me. Like I'm like, well, maybe like. Fuck no.
Open with a joke, man.
On a
First 30
something.
seconds
It was
when you
right.
get them.
This is-
so blunt, and like it was like someone punched my daughter in the stomach. Like you could just hear that, like just
Yeah.
brutal. That was the part I hated.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I wish they were like at least like, hey, like, can I speak to you first, sort of thing, not just blurt it out,
Yeah.
because then I could have relayed it like to Mum and Kiana. So that was shit.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's like, what do we do from here? Like, who do we call first?
Yeah.
And it was my brother, but he's at work. He doesn't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then I was like, Dylan.
Yeah.
Without, like, who do we contact without, like, fucking raising the alarm? Because
Yeah,
as soon
yeah.
as my family get a whiff, because we're all real tight, if one of us is not well,
Yeah.
it would be chaos. We knew that, like, so what's something like the calm before the storm? Like,
Yeah.
because you were, like, the link to Tash, which is linked to Auntie
Yeah.
as well, and you're the link to the Comedy Hub.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So mostly, like, you cover a lot of people
Yeah.
in my life, so that was the call.
So if we take out the middleman,
Yeah.
No, but my thing was like, even I had the presence of mind to realize like Dylan's walking into like a shitstorm. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't, because I didn't say to Morgan anything Dylan what was going on. I just said I'm in A&E. Could you come? Like, Mum needs a hug. I think was
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
words.
That was
Yeah.
exactly what you said.
That's all. Like,
But I
for,
knew what they meant.
for all like you know, like I just had some tonsillitis and Kiana needs a ride home.
Yeah.
Because like I told Kiana, I'm like Dylan's walking into a shitstorm.
Yeah.
She said, "Well, I didn't say what happened."
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh boy." Well, that's how we found out, Dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had a little chuckle, like morbid timing.
yeah.
But I don't remember. I don't remember when you came. I was a bit hazy.
It was 10:30.
Yeah, my bad. I should have given you pre.
Nah.
See, lots going on. You got migraines, bad eczema.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pancreatitis. Oh.
yeah. There was a few goodbyes.
Yeah.
There was there was a fundraiser show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt guilty because like the money had been paid, but I was alive, right? And I felt like, does that count?
Do I give it back?
Yeah,
what
no,
do I do
I
with
went straight
this?
to Morgan. I'm like I'm still alive though, so I feel like it's fraudulent. Like,
Well, no, because the show.
he's like, come on, man, take the fucking money. I'm like, but I didn't die. Like,
Yeah.
is it okay?
The whole point of the show wasn't like we weren't raising for your funeral. Like, we were raising money to, like, we didn't think it'll be that much. I won't say how much it was, but I thought, oh, we might get him like a couple $100.
It came,
and it'll pay for like your mum's gas.
Well,
and,
I
like,
can tell you
dinner for Kiana when she's there and that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you exactly where the money went. So while I was in the
Shoes.
hospital, no, like,
Yeah, I was gonna say shoes.
no, like while I was in the hospital, like our at home, the washing machine and fridge both fucked out while I was in the hospital.
Bro.
So like, cause like Kiana was like, she mentioned dry cleaners. I'm like, why are you going to dry cleaners? She's like, the washing machine's been broken for like a month. We meant to tell you, because I was like, and then that Comedy Hub fundraiser show money came in, and boom, like it helped us get a new washing machine.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
For.
Yeah, so that's exactly where the money went. Like,
yeah,
but
we're not gonna be that douchey and just be like,
no, but that's how
give
I
us our
felt.
money back.
Yeah.
Because the money arrived in my account, and I'm like, but I shouldn't be the one seeing this. Like,
It's just like, we don't have the money. It's just like, well, give us your washing machine back.
Yeah.
It was family that flew in like with no notice, like you know, like family flew in and they said their last goodbyes, and now it's sheepishly it's like I'm still here. Yeah, it feels a bit fucked
Next
up.
time if it happens again, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, see ya. I'll see you later then.
Well,
It's like, oh, should we actually go in? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's dead now. It's
well, here's
just
the
like,
one, because I just got out. The last one was like a month ago now.
Yeah.
And just before, I don't think I've said this on the potty, like the just before I got discharged, this fellow about my age came in.
Oh yeah.
And it was good to have someone my age, and he was half Māori, right? So I just was like, hey, I'm not trying to be racist, bro, but do you smoke weed? He's like, oh yeah. I'm like, and that's all above board out here, mate. It's all right. And the nurse came in. I won't say who it was, and she's like, going to get some fresh air cows while I was rolling a joint. I'm like, yeah, just telling the young rook, showing him the ropes. It's all good. He had pancreatitis.
Yeah.
And then that night he started getting a flare up. They call it a flare up. And I was just giving him shit like, oh, that's a bad one. He paid to like ring the nurse now. He's like, yeah. I was like, don't fuck around. And that's the last words I said to him because he died. So he died of pancreatitis, same sort of age. And I sort of started to get to know him, and he, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so that was. It's not like I needed reminding of anything, but fuck, that was a bit close to home.
Yeah.
And then the next day I got a flare up, and then the day after, I'm like, oh, I'm home now.
Yeah.
Because they were like,
that last time was so weird how quick you were home.
yeah, because they had a flare up the night, because they just didn't know what to do with it. They go, like we might as well send you home while we ponder. This is going to be a really drawn out process, you know. Like
yeah.
Because
So it
Morgan
must-
and I went in and visited you.
the day
that
before,
night, I
then.
think.
The day before, yeah, spag
Yeah.
bowl, because you bought in spaghetti bolognese that
Yeah.
night, and I smashed it back that night, and the next morning I got discharged.
No.
Yeah. Nah, because like when you bought in the spaghetti bolognese, see, like I know like the orderlies well enough to know like, okay, so I'm gonna get like some garlic bread from. So I set up like a delivery system where I got like garlic bread on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it right. Got some dessert. I got some buttered Freya's bread. Buttered Freya's bread with the spag bowl.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah,
it was homemade spag bowl too.
yeah.
Oh, yum.
Then I went outside
I
and
had
got.
that for ages, actually.
And then I rolled 3 joints purposely.
Yeah. It's the
Smoked
right
them
amount.
outside.
Just the right amount.
Yeah, and then spag bowl. Thanks, T.
Yeah.
That was nice. I had a really weird experience one of my last nights at the hospital. A friend of mine dropped off a whole bag of edibles,
Oh, yeah.
and she was like, there was about maybe 14 to 16 like treats in there, either chocolate or rice bubble, like cakes and stuff, right? And I got dropped off to me at like 10 p.m.
Yep.
and by the time 6:30 rolled around, because 6:30 was always blood test time,
Yeah.
I'd eaten them all. Plus, I'd smoked like 2 joints. Now, the thing is though, like I clearly had far more, like, because I was bored. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
let's see if I can eat this whole bag.
Yeah.
And I thought I was in check until like it kind of like a day went past.
Yeah.
And then I noticed in my Facebook inbox, like this chick that works at the hospital.
Yeah.
Like we always have really long yarns, and I've been too much of a bitch to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
There was messages from her in my inbox. I'm like, how did this conversation
Yeah.
start? Like, what the fuck happened? And then so one of my other mates that works at security, and we're pretty tight. Like I saw him in A&E. I'm like, he's like, oh, there he is. I'm like, bro, fill me in. And I told him like, I don't really remember a day.
Yeah.
And now like whatever her name is, he'll be anonymous. Like, bro, I started a conversation with her. How did that? He's like, bro, do you not remember? Like, what was yesterday morning? Like 5 o'clock. You came down here just just confident as like. So apparently, I don't remember.
Swag on.
So I was like 2019ing it in a 2023 body, and apparently, like I asked her when her break was.
Yeah.
And it's like I noticed you vape. Like I'll meet you out front.
Yeah.
And then like okay, I'll come back down. And apparently, I went up and I came back down on her break.
Yeah.
And then and then she goes, yeah. He goes, yeah. You two like went out, like hung out for a bit. You came back in and gave me a little solid, like.
I thought you were gonna say then we
No,
smashed. I was just like, whoa.
Because I kind of came to like a day later. I'm like, what? Man, yo, Stone Cows has got game. Stone Cows has got game. Like, because I remember the person that dropped me off. She's like, the chocolate ones are really strong. Like, I didn't need half of them. And I went up to my ward and I was just bored.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, fuck it. And I just keep eating them because they tasted good. And I'm like, I wonder how much I can handle. And I thought I could handle it until a day went past and.
Turns out.
I'm still talking to her though. Like things are going well actually.
Ooh.
Good.
Yeah, just Stone Cow's got game.
Yeah.
Now every time we converse, a messenger, like I have a converse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She feels like she
Give
likes.
yourself the confidence.
She likes Stone Cows, I think, by the sound of it.
That's not the way to be, though.
You smashed her yet?
Fuck, confidential.
Nah. So that's a no.
I
Yeah.
haven't, no, not her. She's the long game kind of girl. Like, but you know, got other like friends for that. I guess you want to go down that road. Had an interesting night last night.
Yeah.
Did we
Got
play
home.
poker?
No, like early hours of the morning. I got home.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's fine in that. Actually, I got a topical question, T.
All right.
Okay, so would you say Morgan and yourself both intricate members of the Comedy Hub, right?
Yeah.
For the last year you've been going out, up until now, would you say you two have been pretty tight?
How do you mean, like
Like mates, like you know how we're in a group, like you and Morgan were friends.
We probably got closer when we lived together, just
Yeah.
because he was obviously in Martin.
So
Yeah.
how did you who broke the friend zone and how?
Oh, me.
How did you do it?
I just,
Just
You're just honest.
yeah, and I was honest while I was drunk,
Oh, well, it's.
so I had to put in the first move,
Sounds like
and then he was
courage,
like,
yeah.
whoa.
did all the truth just come out when you were pissed?
Well, I was sort of just like, it'd be kind of like a good idea if we hooked up, and he's like, whoa, didn't see that one.
You just wanted to ride home.
But we were living together, so he's like, oh.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. A ride home.
And
you know what I mean?
then I think I mentioned it again, and then
Did you mention it the next day?
no.
Oh,
No,
I say
'cause
back
I
to
was
back. It's a
I was
bit
kind
obvious.
of like a bit awkward, like, oh my god, like I didn't mean to say that, like that kind of thing, and I'm just like, oh fuck. And then and then obviously I said it again, and then we
confidence
was kind
in
of,
the confidence, eh?
and then we
confidence.
kind like again I was drunk, and then we were kind of like seeing other people, like he was hooking up with other people, and I was sort of just like, and I was sort of a little bit like, oh, I gotta shoot my shot, otherwise I'm gonna regret
T.
this.
Yeah, totally.
Listen
And-
to that.
yeah.
Just gotta shoot my shot.
And then I did, and then
Yeah,
it,
worked out well.
and yeah, it was sort of just like, just like, you know,
Yeah.
casual, and then it just kind of turned into more.
You make the dreaded friend zone that so many people landed just sound so easy to get out of.
Yeah.
Did it ever cross your mind, like, for him to turn around and be like, "Oh God, this is awkward"? Nah, I'm not. Don't look at you like that at all.
Well, that's why I sort of had to do it drunk and just see what his reaction was.
Because at least then you can put it down to us.
Yeah, because if I was straight up and honest, was just like, okay, I kind of have a thing for you,
Yeah.
and he was just like, oh, I don't feel the same way. Then
Yeah.
it's out in the open, it's done, I know,
Yeah.
over with. But yeah,
'Cause I know,
now I'm
like-
stuck with him.
Yeah.
Whether it's shitty or not, like when I've had a girl mate like sort of broach that barrier, like it immediately changes the dynamic of the whole friendship.
Yeah.
Immediately, like, so it took balls, kid. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It took balls. It took grapefruits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
Good though.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of our relationship now. Like, we're still kind of like the same that we were, but obviously I've gotten a lot more comfortable, like,
Yeah.
physical touching, because
Yeah.
obviously that's not my forte, but
Yeah.
with him it's a lot easier.
Yeah. You can see that too. Like you're a lot
Yeah.
more comfortable.
You can't fake chemistry.
Yeah.
You can't fake genuine like love. you know,
Yeah.
like, or at the very least, like caring. Like it just,
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool to see. There's nothing fake about it.
Yeah.
Because I said to Morgan, like, when you guys first got together, I was like, I think you guys have done it right because you lived together for quite a while.
Yeah, it was probably about, I don't know.
At least a year.
It was almost a year before we initiated it.
Okay. So you were living together for a year. So at least you knew, you both knew exactly who you're getting into
Yeah.
a relationship with. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there was no denying who each other were. Like, you knew each other's habits,
Yeah.
good or bad. You
Yeah.
know, like, you knew each other's, like, oh, that thing really annoys me. But not as much, you know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
knew your little ticks that annoyed each other and that sort of
Yeah.
thing. And you adjusted your lifestyles outside of a relationship to that.
Mm.
And then, so that way going into the relationship, you didn't have any of that bullshit to come with you.
Yeah.
Like, as well as, like, because you lived together for a year, you knew each other's luggage. Not that you have lots of luggage.
Nah.
Do you know what I mean? But you knew each other's, like, whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
And the thing is that's really cool is that we're both sort of I either like say we're both either super casual or we're just fucking lazy.
yeah.
Both super lazy, but it still like works. Like we haven't had that much
Yeah.
like too much like friction and
Yeah.
stuff. Like
Because there's also, but I think that's the reason why. Is because you knew each other so well beforehand.
There was already that underlining like friendship and like trust
Yeah.
and rapport and
Yeah, exactly. There was no shocking, like, there was no shocking. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, oh my god, Morgan's got a tail. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was none of that. Like, you knew all of that.
yeah.
I was trying to think of the word. Residual?
I thought you were gonna say a penis, and I was
Yeah,
just
I
like,
don't know where you're going. You just stumbled across a lot of
yeah,
Anyway. But you had all that down pat.
yeah,
Like, you knew each other's, like, history, like, with family and all that sort of shit.
yeah,
I mean, like, generally. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you knew his family dynamics, like, with his brother and shit like that. And he probably knew a bit about yours and stuff like that.
yeah. It probably a little bit. We'll probably know a little bit more about our families just over this year
Yeah.
now.
As-
And then it's been quite nice because we've both like throughout this just year, which
Yeah.
sounds really weird. It's just like it's
It's
only been a
gone.
year, but
gone, man.
it's just like there's just been like different life events that have like
Yeah.
happened with us, and we've just
there's been a
it's
lot
been like
going on.
we've been
Yeah. Closer. Draws you
nice,
closer.
like good together.
Yeah.
Like he's had like some family shit that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
That's happened, and I've been there.
Yeah.
And then obviously the shit like online.
Yeah.
Like that, honestly, that was a little bit hard to watch because
Yeah.
you know you're trying to be comforting, but it's like trying to get him out of that.
Yeah.
Like he
yeah.
still had to process it, and I'm just like, I'm trying to be there to like
Yeah.
rip it out of you, but you still have to process it. And I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, he still, and then obviously when I had my breakdown, he was there as well. So
Yeah.
like we've been there for each other, and
Yeah.
it's just been nice.
I think it's lovely.
I think it's pretty cool how we're all like in uniquely different stages in like in the whole domestic realm. Cause you're like what? How long have you been married to Jen?
15
15.
years.
And then like Kirsty's been around for what, nearly a year now?
6 months.
I don't know. 6
Jeez.
months.
Yeah.
And
It's
you and
only
Morgan,
this year.
you're in a relationship a year in, happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's mean.
Yeah.
And do you know what's actually kind of funny?
Yeah.
He's my first boyfriend.
Oh, that's nice.
That's
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
No, I think it's awesome. Like, I'm really happy for you, and you can see the change in both of you.
Yeah.
Like, not in a bad way. Like, I mean, only in a positive way. Like I said, like when we come to your house now, like we can see you're more comfortable. Not even just with him, like just more comfortable. Like you're not like, I'll stick to my little corner and I'll do my little thing. Do you know what I mean? You're more present. You're more open to everyone. You're more like comfortable in your own skin, if you will. Do you know what I mean? Like you're comfortable being around people because you have that confidence behind you.
Yeah.
And you do see it, like, it's quite a different. It's like I said, you've even opened, like, you've become way more hands-on with the hub. And I think this, I know you say you have got more time, but I think as a result, you've also got more confidence to do it.
Yeah.
Like, you're quite happy to step up and be like, this is the deal.
Yeah. And it's quite easy to do that because if Morgan obviously Morgan does a lot of stuff in the Comedy Hub, so
Yeah.
I've always like said to him, if you are stressing out, and I stress this a lot, and I'm
Yeah.
like, if you are stressed out, I am here to
Yeah.
help you out.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
I'm here to give ideas, like, next to him. And it's so easy because he's, like, next to me. So
Yeah.
it's like we can work stuff out together.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's quite easy to do that.
Yeah, no, I think it's awesome. It's quite funny to see our little group mature.
Yeah.
A
And
little circle.
I would say my parents, but my dad hasn't really met him yet.
Oh, really?
He only met him briefly when we first moved in.
Yeah.
But we went together. But my mum really likes him. So,
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And
And then he's going to meet my auntie and my Oma this week, actually.
Oh,
'cause it'll be
really?
my birthday.
Are you going up to?
No, they're coming down here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
because he's got I think it's fresh and funny when we're going out for dinner, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'll make it earlier then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
how
my
cool.
mum was just like, oh, we'll come down like a couple of days earlier.
Yeah.
Because Morgan will probably do something for your birthday, or
Yeah.
you do something with your friends. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
Oh, happy birthday for next week.
yeah.
Well,
Next
this-
Saturday.
Oh, cool. Next Saturday, so not this Saturday.
Well, Saturday coming up.
Saturday coming. Okay,
the
cool.
second.
Awesome.
I'll be
Awesome.
28.
Oh,
Your dad's a young ass.
yeah. It'll live it on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're doing well in life. Sounds like you're
Yeah.
both killing it. It's inspirational.
Actually, I got a question for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there something that you've introduced Morgan to that he's now gone, I now love this? And is there something he's introduced you to that you're like, oh my god, I love this? Do you know what I mean? I'm just thinking of like, because outside of, like, obviously you guys have lots in common, but comedy is probably the biggest one you have in common, right? Because that's how you meet.
Yeah.
Right? But like outside of that, you both have some other similar interests, but
Yeah.
very different interests as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I know, like, he's a big gamer. Has he introduced you to games? And you're like, whereas you're like, man, 2 years ago I wouldn't have even looked, but now you're like, actually, I really like that.
To be fair, I've given Simpsons a chance.
Yeah,
Because
it's
before
definitely like an age thing.
yeah,
because yeah, but before Morgan, I was like, fuck no, I would never watch that.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I've given Morgan a few chances to be like, all right, pick out a few episodes, and I guess we can
yeah,
watch them.
yeah.
Like
It just hits in the feels different for us because that's our generation. I think. I think
Like,
that's
we were there
something
for day one.
because
Yeah.
that's something that can't be put, like someone can't feel that like that
Yeah.
nostalgia like cannot be replicated. Like it's something that's always going to be like a hard hurdle for a lot of people.
It's kind of like sport. You either grew up in a sporting family and you've always loved sport,
yeah,
or you do not,
because
Yeah.
because you weren't introduced to it early.
Because that buzzes
Yeah.
me out too. That my whole life was sport. So when I talk to someone who'd never played any sport ever, that's just like,
Yeah,
what did you do
I don't
growing
like
up?
watching sport.
Yeah, like,
yeah,
Just
yeah.
different-
because-
Same thing.
like I
Same
said,
thing.
product of your environment. Like everyone grew
Yeah.
up differently.
Yeah. Okay,
But,
so Simpsons, you've tried.
What about wrestling?
yeah, I've watched wrestling.
Yeah. I was gonna say, we watch wrestling together.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm starting to know a couple wrestlers and stuff.
Yeah, cool.
So I'm starting to get there.
Yeah.
Um,
What about the other way around? Have you given him stuff and now he's like... Because I'll tell you the one that Jen gave me,
yeah.
Shortland Street.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
for real?
And I'm not-
to this day.
No. I'm not a every night watcher.
Yeah.
Because this is
I'm
a Shortland
probably-
Street house for real.
Oh,
Honestly,
this house runs on Shortland Street.
Yeah.
sometimes we'll after a potty, we'll go inside and the whole family's watching Shortland Street, and I'm
And
like,
we have to be quiet.
I don't want to interrupt. Like,
Yeah,
I
Carl's
understand.
knows if Shorty's on, just go home.
I just do that all just on my phone, wait for the ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that feels because that's the same as.
But that's
my
your show.
dad
Like,
is.
you don't just come
Not
in
with
and
Shortland
fuck
Street,
around.
but with
Yeah.
shows, you have to
Yeah.
be quiet. Or the rugby.
Oh,
have to
rugby,
be-
you have to-
Yeah.
Bro, like I was telling them, like Morgan and T about the beer, like how it's my favorite
Oh,
show
the
of
show,
the
the
year,
beer, yeah.
and they were looking at me like sideways, like the beer, like they only lasted one ep, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
hated it.
Yeah, no,
But
like
it's not for everyone.
Nah.
Like, it is pretty...
we're just gonna.
It's
get
a pretty
into it.
Yeah.
buzzy, like because I rewatched it, and the first ep is pretty like all over the place.
It doesn't
You
explain
just didn't,
itself.
you don't realize it watching at the time. It's just like
Yeah.
Literally, the first thing you see is a fucking bear. That's the only time you see a bear in the entire show.
But anyway, is there anything you've given him and he's been like, okay?
Oh, I don't really know.
Or like you've done, okay, well, give me 2 or 3. Do you know what I mean?
Or bad
Yeah.
habits, or
I mean,
the way you eating
obviously-
habits.
Clearly, he hasn't milked a cow yet, which I'm actually bitterly disappointed. So
No,
far.
but I have taken him on farm. So
Okay.
like just because I needed something and he's driven me to the farms.
Oh, okay.
Different like eating habits. Like I was hooking up this chick once, and then we were making a feed in her kitchen, and she was looking at me weird. Are you putting potato chips in your ham roll with coleslaw? And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. She's like, she thought it was the most bizarre thing, and to me, like I was the other way around. Like you've never done that before.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
I
poor little
mean-
white girl. I'll teach you how to like.
Yeah.
That's how you get crunch. And she's
Food
like,
combinations.
she's like, oh my god, mind blown. And I was trying to like not be a dick about it, but I'm like, you've not heard of putting chips in a like. I've never had a chip sandwich. She's like, a chip sandwich. I'm
I think like
bruh.
I've like cooked a couple of things and like like I had like spinach or like mushroom and
because
like
he does not like vegetables.
he doesn't
eh?
like vegetables.
Man, him and my brother
so,
sort of like.
Oh, I love vegetables.
Yeah,
so
love
like
some veg.
he will attempt to like eat some of the things that like include.
Is that why the spag bowl had a bit of veg in it, just
Yeah.
to sort of slip it in?
Hide it.
No, because I would have pureed it
Oh,
if I
okay.
wanted him to eat it, but
Yeah.
that was purely for myself. Probably like I've made him watch a couple like Disney films and such.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and just be like he does enjoy them. but
Yeah.
he probably wouldn't have like switched them on himself unless
Okay.
I was there.
It's the quirky differences that are like you start noticing, because I've noticed like I don't do it anymore, but I used to be like notorious of where I ate, which was fucking rapid pace and like
Quantity.
3 times more than anyone.
Yeah.
Like it was just that's just how I ate. But then some people were just so
Yeah.
taken back by it, or eating everything with bread.
Yeah.
Like I was with one
Oh.
chick. She was like
I think that's a cultural thing.
the spag bowl reheated the next day with buttered bread.
Oh, no.
Oh, I know
in a
what-
sandwich.
Yeah, bro.
I know
Like
one.
she looked at me
Well,
like
oh,
I was
okay.
nuts.
He obviously like is not really like, oh my god, I like love it, but he didn't mind Ed Sheeran when we went to
Ed
Ed Sheeran this year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he did
It's-
like because he's normally like, oh, I'm not all into Ed Sheeran.
There's a few
Yeah.
boppers in there that will get like
Yeah,
a part time.
like, and
Yeah,
he-
I got a few Sheerans I like.
And he really enjoyed the concert.
Cool.
So
I do notice one thing that you've done, and I think maybe you, I don't know, but like, he's got a lot of new clothes.
I bought him those because
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, he needs, because I
The
keep
Black
thinking,
Friday sales are nuts right now, by the way. They're insane.
but it was only because we went down to Wellington and
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Donny Briggs.
I
was
woke
where
up
we
one
were.
morning. I woke up morning flooded with messages from T and Morgs, like all these like photos of shoes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm like,
he
you're
still
de-
hasn't got those shoes.
so I was
yet,
like,
but
where
that's
about? I
fine.
could just tell where they were. I'm like, you guys are in Wellington. No, those look like Foot Locker like
Yeah.
like photos. Like yeah, we're in
Yeah,
Wellington.
because
Yeah.
I keep always wanting to get like clothes, but I like obviously he's different range.
He's tall.
Yeah, tall. I
Yeah.
was like, I don't actually know.
Because
where
him
to
and my
shop.
brother are the
Yeah.
same. Like my brother's been size 15 like since high
Your
school.
brother's huge.
And like I remember when my first job out of high school was working at Kelly Supermall in town.
Yeah.
And even then, like size 15 was like special kind of order. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like it was hard to find.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I
some
did
more-
have money back then, we went into Johnny Briggs and there was
Yeah.
like all these clothes and he just like I was like, how about a few common t-shirts, blah blah blah, and
Yeah.
then he found like these 2 jackets and he was like, these look. I was like, those look really cool, man.
That one you got him looks awesome.
Yeah,
It's
he's got
really
the white
nice.
one and then he's also got a blue one
Oh,
somewhere.
cool.
Yeah. And
Tell
I
him to
was-
look at Sheen.
Hmm?
Sheen.
Oh, okay.
I got that suit jacket I bought and stuff was all off Sheen.
Where's Shane?
It's online.
Oh, okay.
You've got
it's
clothes
like-
from Sheen, eh? For
Yeah, like
Kiana.
like
Yeah.
a whole
A
fucking
little bit
hundreds
wary
of-
online because
No, the girls have bought clothes off that.
and a lot of it's
Yeah.
so
When I
cheap.
say the girls, I mean Jen. For
yeah,
the
nah,
girls.
I'm just more worried like sizing wise. Normally.
No, it's.
Yeah, it's good.
I was really surprised because they give you the measurements, and when they got here, they were within a few mil of exactly what they said.
Did you ever
yeah.
use the app Wish?
No.
It's similar kind of buzz. It's just like
But reliable.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is reliable. Anyway, enough about Morgan's giganticism. I think that's really cool, man. I like that you've given each other things to like introduce each other to different things. I think that's really cool. I hope you guys keep doing it because it's like makes life fun.
Yeah.
You know?
I thought you were gonna say makes my life fun, and I was like, what?
It does make my life fun.
Well,
Yeah.
Morgan comes into work happy. I mean,
Nice.
he used to come in happy anyway.
well,
But like,
yeah.
Or he comes in, he's like, hey, guess what we did? You know?
No, fuck off. He does that. He would.
No. He's like, we went to Wellington this weekend.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I thought you meant that kind
Why'd
of
you
stuff.
take it there?
No.
Why'd you take it there, T?
We don't get into intimate fucking details.
Yeah,
trust
because
me.
I know that he doesn't say that.
No. And if you ever did, I'd be like, let me stop you there, right?
Yeah,
I know, like,
oh.
I
This
know,
is my
like,
friend you're talking about still,
like
so-
different mates growing up when, like, you know, there was always like if any one of the boys like hooked up with someone,
Yeah.
like it'll be a lot of detail, right? But when like a girl passes that threshold from like one-off fuck buddy to like, oh, that's my missus now,
Yeah, the
all that
conversation
talk
stops.
comes to a grinding halt, like. Because now she's part of the group, like that's
Yeah.
sis now. Like I don't want to, like even I'm like,
Yeah.
oh dude, I want to know, like that's sis. I want to know what, you know, yuck.
Yeah.
But if it's just some nameless nobody that we don't know, it's easy
Yeah.
to talk about.
Yeah.
But now they're part of the group, and that's like your girlfriend. Like those talks are
Oh, yeah, no.
screeched
Yeah.
to a halt.
No, Morgan doesn't bring those
Yeah,
details
no.
Oh,
in.
yeah, I know that.
It's more
for
like
sure.
we went and did this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. And I'm just like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Even I'm pretty hush hush with like. There's a certain point where I just don't say shit
Yeah.
Yeah.
to the point like don't even talk about it.
Yeah.
I just keep things on the hush.
I want to do a Mount Rushmore with you, and I've been thinking about what to do, but you've
Okay.
given me the answer now.
Oh,
Mount
Morgan.
Rushmore, Mount Rushmore of what?
Mount Rushmore. Oh, you and I have talked about this already, so
Okay.
it shouldn't be hard. Mount Rushmore of Disney movies.
Oh.
So top 4.
I've been banging out Mount Rushmore questions to people.
I
lately.
know, me too.
Do you know what blows me
Everywhere I
away?
go.
The amount of people that don't know how many heads are on Mount Rushmore. Because some people are like,
yeah.
they're like top 3 or 5. Like, how
Yeah.
many? I'm like, top 4. Like,
So, does this include, like, Pixar films? Or are you going,
No,
like,
I
OG
want-
classics?
No. Disney produced films.
Okay, so that includes Pixar films.
Okay, but as long as Pixar's produced it for Disney.
Well, it's on Disney, so yeah.
I got an automatic 2, so I'm trying to figure out my last
Okay.
2. The
So-
first 2 on lock.
There's no particular order.
No order. No particular order. Not like this is number 1. Just like your top 4, and you can give an honourable mention to a 5th if you want.
Like, obviously Lion King's OG.
Good.
Yeah.
Good call. That's definitely on mine.
Yeah.
100%.
Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, didn't see that one coming.
Oh, fuck, I used to love that show, and, like, yeah.
In the movie. And
I
shit,
went
everything.
through, I did go through, like, this year of going through all of the, like, the series, the
Yeah.
movies and stuff.
I do like the movie.
Yeah.
The series, I think the movie came out when I was sort of phasing out of that
Yeah.
age range. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So when the series came out, I was like, not me.
Yeah, fair
And
enough.
saying that though, I have seen some very funny clips
Yeah.
from the TV show on
Yeah.
like TikTok and shit, and I've been like, I don't remember that in the movie, and then you go in the comments and like,
Is
oh
that
yeah,
the one that's like, she's touching me, she's touching me?
yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's from the second film.
Oh, okay. See, I haven't seen
Yeah.
that either.
Yeah.
So like, there's people and like people be like, oh, I love this episode, and I'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
Needles, yeah.
Lilo and Stitch, the whole
yeah,
franchise, like, I fucking love.
yeah.
Except that newer shit, like Japanese shit, like, no.
Oh, okay.
Um,
yeah.
Oh, so Lion King, Lilo and Stitch. At the moment, Turning Red.
Oh, that was a good movie.
That's a good one,
Yeah,
and I really, it's always like something I always see the clips
Yeah.
rejoining.
yeah, that was a good movie.
Oh,
Since you dealt this question out, like,
Yeah.
do you have an answer like locked in for you?
Yeah, pretty much.
I've got 5, and like, I'm interested to see you.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think of movies that I grew up watching.
Oh, it shouldn't be like a quick answer. Like,
No, these things are real
Should we
hard.
should we go 1 for 1?
Hold on. While she's thinking, do you want to do your 5?
Okay.
I'll do your 4 and your honourable mention.
Lion King's 1.
Yeah, 100%.
Toy Story 1 is 2. Aladdin's 3. Ratatouille's 4.
Oh, Ratatouille's a good film.
And honourable mention is Madagascar because Kiana loved like
Madagascar
It was
isn't
just on
Disney.
repeat.
That's not Disney.
Is that not Disney?
Nah, that's DreamWorks.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
That's right. It was your honourable
Well,
mention.
there's my 4. Like,
Yeah. Mine would have to be 100% Lion King and Dumbo.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
my 2 favourites.
Dumbo, I cried like a little bitch.
I always cry at Dumbo.
Yeah.
The bit where the mother has to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Ugh. And then he goes and gets drunk, and I'm like 100% identify.
Yeah.
So Lion King, Dumbo, also Aladdin. I loved Aladdin. It's still, yeah.
Do you know Morgan never actually saw it?
Wow.
And he did actually say that, like, I thought he had seen it, and he's like,
Yeah.
I've never actually seen this. I was like, oh, okay, I'll shut up now.
Yeah, I had it on
Yeah.
VHS repeat.
But because it was like, you know, Robin Williams,
Gilbert Godfrey.
yeah, Gilbert Gottfried, and
Yeah.
that he was real keen for that, and he did enjoy it.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I still
like-
like the TV show as well.
Early
Yeah.
90s, like 93-ish, maybe.
What, Aladdin?
92.
Yeah. Yeah, 92, 93, yeah. 92.
92.
Yeah, because and then Lion King was the next one.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
how much of a
was
fucking...
huge.
That was Lion King mania.
Oh,
Yeah.
thought of my fourth one.
Okay, cool.
Little Mermaid.
Nice.
Nice.
Did you like the new one?
I just
I don't
across the
really
board
wanna
hate them
watch
all.
it.
I'm sorry.
Don't.
They disappoint you every time to the
don't
point I
really-
just stop.
Yeah, I've never actually seen any of the
I
live.
drew the line when they remade Aladdin and Will Smith was the genie because I'm
Robin
so
Williams
Robin
was
Williams
dead.
so hard. Like I'm like, just
Yeah.
some
Robin
things should.
Williams had died. They had to have someone.
Well, no, they should just leave some things alone. Like because when
Yeah,
I
agree.
got
They should leave something.
because I got forced, I got outvoted for that new Lion King. I got my ex and Napier. Like her two girls and Kiana wanted to see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
And fuck me, I was like, Kiana knew I was just sitting there seething. Like, and they cut my favorite scene is "Be Prepared." That song.
Yeah.
They cut that song so they could fit in like this random Beyonce, Childish
Yeah.
Gambino.
Oh, what the?
Oh, and the voice of Scar, who's
Yeah.
like alive and well, was like
Jeremy
Jeremy
Irons.
Irons, yeah.
Yeah.
wasn't the voice.
No. Same as they got rid of bloody Ron Atkinson.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
like people
John
that are
Oliver, and I'm like, nah.
because there's only one Scar. Like
Yeah.
Die Hard 3 would not be Die Hard 3 without Jeremy London. That
Irons.
voice.
Yeah.
Irons.
Oh, Iron, sorry. Yeah, like it was like that. What's the Mike Myers like
Oh, the Pentaveret.
when he was narrating the start of every episode.
Yeah.
Epic.
Sorry, just quickly, my last one is Toy Story.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Probably an honourable mention because
Did
I grew up-
Ratatouille mention it when I said it?
It's a good film, but
so
probably
good.
not. I did make
I'll wave the
Morgan
red flag.
watch that.
I'll wave the Ratatouille flag.
It's actually not like a normal one. It's
Yeah.
a live action one. It's
Oh, cool.
Homeward Bound.
Okay, cool.
Oh, whoa.
And I liked it because it was dogs, and that's what I grew
Homeward
up on.
Yes.
Bound, no
It's
shit.
It's a
That was a good movie.
That reminds me of Milo and Otis.
yes.
Yeah, that was a good movie too.
Yeah, man. Because that was like my first sort of time I've seen like animals have voices.
Yeah.
And even as a kid, I was like, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
It seemed like every time you put it like you see like an animal talking as
Yeah.
a kid, you're like, that's funny.
I think because when I was growing up, obviously you used to, you know, record VCR
Oh, yeah.
films, so I did that.
Yeah.
And I think the OG videotape, there were two ones
Yeah.
that I had. There was the Lion King, so I had all
Yeah.
the Lion King films on that one.
Yeah.
The other one was like full of dogs, so I had the live action of 101 and 102
Oh, yeah.
Dalmatians.
Yeah.
And then I also had Homeward Bound and
Yeah.
Homeward Bound 2 on
Yeah.
that, and those were my OG videotapes. So
Yeah.
I was watching those.
What's
You-
your
you-
5 again, bro? Like your 4?
Oh,
You're watching Mount Rushmore again?
Oh, fuck, I forgot. Lion King, Dumbo,
Lion King, Dumbo,
Toy Story, and
Toy Story,
Aladdin.
Aladdin.
and Aladdin, yeah.
Yeah, I think is that the same as
No,
Dumbo from Ratatouille?
we swapped out. I love Ratatouille though.
It is a
But
good film.
I just Dumbo means more to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know how you don't like the live action remakes?
Yeah.
There is one you should watch. Honestly, it's really good. Is The Jungle Book.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
only live
love
action
The
remake
Jungle
that was really, really good.
You
And the only
see
reason it worked is because the animals in the Jungle Book, with the exception of Baloo, were drawn to be as close as they can as the animals.
Oh, yeah.
So when they remade it, it was a real easy transition.
Yeah.
But the other reason it's really good is because of the director is
They are very distinctive animals.
John Favreau.
Is he the one who
And-
directed it?
Yeah, and
That's
he did it
cool.
on this really new, amazing technology where as they moved the camera, it in real time rendered the shot so they could shoot things exactly as they wanted it. They didn't have to shoot it and then go away and make it.
Yeah.
So it's really good. That's the only one I'd recommend.
Yeah.
I'm with you. The remakes suck. The Dumbo remake was so bad.
They remade that too?
Yeah, they
Yep.
did.
Fuck,
There was
this-
none
Tim
of this.
Burton.
Yeah.
Oh god!
Yeah, no,
God,
it wasn't even
no.
like anything like Disney.
Yeah.
I wasn't in hospital that long, was I?
Yeah.
They remade the Disney classic Dumbo.
Yeah.
into a Tim Burton remake.
They're trying to make Lilo and Stitch a remake, and I'm like, fuck
It's
off.
gotta be the worst. Like, because I'm an OG. Like, if they did that when they did that with like Aladdin, like, kind of the same kind of feeling. Like, what
the other thing that really gets
Dumbo
me,
into a Tim Burton.
the whole reason I think
What a massive change.
the thing that gets me about these remakes though is that you can tell this is a way of Disney going like, we can cash back in on our existing
They
IP.
just cash it.
Because there's a whole new generation of kids who have never seen these
Milk
movies.
the cow,
but
man.
they're redoing Moana, which is so new.
Yeah, I know. That I don't get that.
I think they want to cash in while the Rock's still like.
Do you know what? With the Lion King
that
remake,
big, you know what I mean? Like
'Cause
physically.
when we went to see the Lion King remake, it started off like where it looked like it was going to be exactly the same as the old movie, but just with like new age 4K ultra, like whatever, like. But my thing was like that'll be cool if they left it at that and just upgraded the graphics and left exactly the same storyboard. But they started fucking with the story.
Yeah.
And that's what it was, and then like not having the original actors like Jeremy, and that was it for me. I was like, no more. Like I can't believe they remade Little Mermaid, one of your favorites.
Yeah.
Fucking Dumbo.
And also, I have to put a disclaimer out. If you're listening to this and you're like, Dylan didn't like Little Mermaid because the chick was black. She was actually the only highlight of the movie.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. It was everything. The crab was terrible. Flounder might as well not have been in it.
Yeah.
The fuck with the original shit.
The bird, you know.
Yeah.
What was the bird's name? I can't remember. But like,
it was meant to be Scuttle, but it's
Scuttle, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it so like tacky how they went out of their way to announce that Little Mermaid was of color?
Yeah.
Like, was it just really off color the way they promoted it?
But
that was always my statement. It's just like, I don't care what she
give a
is.
shit.
I was just like, why are they remaking the Little Mermaid?
Yeah. If they really wanted to shock me, they should have done the Little Merman.
Oh.
Whoa.
No, but to be fair, there are a couple of live actions that
There was a few brown like Disney characters. There was Pocahontas growing up, like she was Indian.
Tiana from Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, Kiana loved Princess and the Frog. And it was long before Moana came out.
Yeah. But there are some live action like princess films, so like Cinderella.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, that's been done like by so many other people.
Yeah.
So when they did a remake, it wasn't as bad. It was actually really good.
It wasn't so bad. Yeah, no. I go.
And obviously,
pretty good.
Beauty and the Beast.
Sleeping Beauty. They changed it to Maleficent, so it was like her story. So that was kind of a good change as well.
Because it was a new take.
It was a new take. So it's sort of just like those ones are fine, but
the 101 Dalmatians was good. The live action 101.
Oh yeah, that one.
That one was good. The live action Lady and the Tramp was terrible.
Yeah, I've seen that one. That was.
If we want to dig into the OG files, I was having like I'm just as old as you kind of convo last night, and it was a guy that's like 2 years older than me. And we started talking about childhood board games.
Oh yeah.
And just like names I haven't fucking heard in years, like Kerplunk.
Oh yeah.
Oh yep.
Do you remember Kerplunk?
Yep.
And Ready Spaghetti. My biggest gripe is they've changed the mousetrap now.
Yeah.
So you got to get like the vintage version because like it's all
which we have.
Do you?
Yeah.
With the bits
we
of
should do a
cheese.
games night, like a board games night.
Yeah.
It'll
We
be
should
fun.
do that as a comedy hub, and that's be our special event.
Yeah, maybe not Monopoly because they can go all night and they can ruin friendships.
Monopoly.
They got banned at our house a long time ago.
No, fun games. I tell you what game we got, which I've always wanted to do.
They're bringing a Palmy version out though.
Is
I thought there was one out.
Yeah, I want. So in the Palmy version of Monopoly, what would the two maroon, like the cheap ones be? If they brought out like legit, if they brought out like a Palmy Monopoly, when it comes to the two cheap maroon spaces,
The cheap ones.
what would be on that board? Like,
It'd be like Highbury and.
do they make it
somewhere
so
else.
obvious? Like, like, because it'll be streets, right? Like, would
I would 100% be Coventry.
Coventry and Crew?
I don't know about Crew, but
Because it's just in the middle of like Hokafuru, there's like a little bit of a hood
Yeah, I
Or
don't
Crew
know street
Cruise.
names, but it's sort of just like.
off Pahia Tour.
Yeah, like Hokafuru, Summit Hill, and then Park Street,
Park
Park
Road.
Road.
Yeah.
There's some nice houses on there, which would probably be like your top properties.
But would you feel honoured being on the Monopoly game, like being that you are the maroon space?
I think just any space is a good space, to be honest.
Because if you were like a resident of Coventry Street and you saw your street on the Monopoly game, I reckon you'd be buzzing out.
I reckon I would, but I don't know. I've got a little picture of it. See if I can see it. Okay,
Picture of what?
the Monopoly.
Oh.
What
the Palmy version?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so the two browns.
Has it already been made?
Yeah.
Yes.
I wasn't gone that long, T. They already made it. Here I was like,
a
I'm
limited
sure
edition.
I'm sure you guys talked about it. And then Morgan was just like, "Yeah, they've already made it."
oh no shit.
Yeah.
That's when
I
Morgan
didn't know
told
they
me.
made
It was
it
like
either.
when Morgan told me, he's like, there was another season of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I looked at it blankly and like, no, they finished it in Ireland. He's like, there's been a whole season this year. I'm like, what the fuck?
So it is,
what is it?
the first property for 60 Monopolies is Linklater Reserve.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, the dog park near my house.
Up by Cal's place.
Oh.
Calvin Grove.
That was
is that the top place?
no, that's
No,
the
no, that's
first,
the bottom
the,
bottom
Oh,
place.
the very
shit.
first space.
Jesus.
Okay.
Then it goes Community Chess.
What was the other maroon space?
Again there. Ashurst Domain.
Okay,
At
yeah.
60. Then it goes dog registration. Pay $200.
Nah, I just want to know the properties.
Yeah. Well, what did they do for the 4 train stations? Like,
One of them is the Capital Connection.
oh, yeah,
One of them is
Bloody
Fly
rail.
Palmy.
Oh,
Victoria Esplanade Railway is one of them.
Jesus.
And Horizon Buses is another one.
Oh yeah.
I can't actually see all the properties. I can tell you the 2 top properties
Yeah.
is Victoria Esplanade
Yeah.
and I can't actually read it. Oh, it looks like it's the bird
For the bird sanctuary kind of.
in the Esplanade.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
thought that was just the whole Esplanade.
Yeah,
So they made it. Okay. How do I get my hands on a palmy one?
I don't know.
I'll never play it, so it doesn't matter.
Trade me properly.
Yeah.
I don't even think they deal with money anymore. Is it all like electronic based Monopoly?
I think a lot of them are, yeah.
I haven't sat down and played
That's
Monopoly in
huge.
forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
Nah, but Monopoly Deal, the card game, is pretty good.
Oh, yeah?
That used to be a
We might have that.
That used to be a flat game when I was
So
like,
what
in
is
my
it?
first
Is
flat.
it's a card game version of Monopoly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
First to win 3 properties. First to get 3 properties. They obviously got like different cards that have bank values
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Then like you can actually steal properties, like a full set property from someone and stuff like that.
Well, I'm definitely keen for another poker night. Like the next one,
Yeah.
because this one was really like makeshift. Thanks, Kels. But the next one,
We can do it better.
yeah, because I can get like a bigger tabletop.
I
There's
also
even
want to invite like people like Matthew Willie.
because there's like
few
you know
others.
there's that tabletop that doesn't get used at the Globe.
No, I think it does get used.
It'll be for
That's
home
Jerry-
games.
It's Jerry's.
Yeah,
Wait,
ask him if he can
there's a
tabletop.
is it?
I've got a poker table, but it's right at the back of our storage unit. It would take half a day to get to it.
Yeah.
No, but do you know what I did? So there was like a circular dinner table, like in our garage. So what I did was, I took the measurements of the circle,
Yeah.
went to Para Rubber, and got like that sleeping bag mat, camping mat, like foam.
Yeah.
I got it. It was basically 150 centimeters. It was like it fit like the table perfectly, right? So I got that cut. Then I went to Spotlight and got like a material that's kind of like felt.
Oh, yeah.
And then I basically just like home jobbed it, like put the foam on the table, like it was a perfect fit.
Yeah.
Put the material over and just staple gun underneath.
Yeah.
That was it. Like just a maroon.
Does the job.
Well, yeah, it was lasted for years. Like it was just a like a
Yeah.
maroon material.
The only thing I'm grateful for is that we did have that massive table last night to fit everyone around.
Yeah.
Like that worked out really well because in the end was a lot of people.
Jeez, we've been going on for quite a long time.
Yeah, should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks Tracy for coming
Yeah.
on.
Thanks for having me.
We'll get you back on again in another 6 months.
When was the last time we recorded? Like, how long was
We
it?
recorded
Yeah.
Thursday last week.
Did we record before that that relapse yarn?
Oh, maybe we didn't record at all.
Nah, I think I just
No, that was just the last time I saw you. And then before that, I think it was Saturday.
Fuck, man, time flies.
Yeah.
I don't know because I do listen to your podcast when I'm at work, so did remember listening to the last one.
Yeah, I got
Updated 14th November, so...
It's 26 today. So a little bit ago.
Well, it's good to like just to check in,
Yep.
touch base. Like last night was cool. Like I long for more nights like that. I nearly lasted most of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
It was
kind
good.
of like I've always been transparent with shit, right? So my thing was like, because then if my struggle, right, personally, all of a sudden like you'd hear me saying that I'm in the struggle, but then I don't divulge the whole story.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it seems like on the surface I'm doing okay for this week.
Yeah.
People that I like even give half a fuck about me, like family and friends, will notice that straight away.
Yeah.
But then what's the reason behind it? So I feel like it's necessary to explain like how I got there and what I've been doing. So that if that means like I have to like say things that may not have me in a like particularly positive light, like that's, I don't care. Like I think it's refreshing when people are so like there's no ego involved. Like this is just how like things are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being what is it? What you said it before, not accountable, but like standing by what you do and say your
being
actions.
honest.
Being honest with yourself.
Being totally honest, because it's
and recognizing when you're justifying things.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. It's gonna be like I just want to get to the end of the year, man. And it's one thing for me is seeing your friends thrive as well is fucking cool, man. Like there's not like an ounce of envy or jealousy at all. It's the opposite. When seeing your mates thrive and doing shit.
Yeah.
And it's more like using that as like when I said earlier, like let me jump on your coattails. It's definitely like it's another way of saying like feed me some of that energy.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm kind of struggling, but so it's cool seeing you guys doing. Yeah, you guys, and just some people last night that I caught up with, I haven't seen. Yeah. Pretty much since I was in the hospital.
Yeah.
It just filled the cup up. Filled the cup up, man. Like you know, like just you sort of. Because you can wallow in your own sadness and depression and stuff, but it's hard to feel like an unlovable piece of shit waste of space when you're in a room full of people that actually care about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how that's what I got out of last night. So we should do that more often.
Yeah. So before you jump, fill your cup.
Yeah.
Before you jump, fill your cup.
Yeah. All right, cool. Tracey, anything else?
Nah. Probably. Just remember, take accountable.
Yeah.
Take accountable. Be accountable for your own actions.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And grow from them.
Yes. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah. Like that's awesome.
And I love how we bonded over gambling. It's just, I feel like I feel like that's my that's my contribution when coming back into the groove again. It's just remember like you've got like a half caste coconut who's got a gambling and a drug and alcohol addiction problem coming on in.
All right.
But
cool.
Fill your cup. Be accountable for your actions, and we need more friends around among us, and that includes the podcast as well. We should do this more often.
Totally.
Thanks for coming, T.
Yeah, I just forced myself upon it, so
Yeah.
you had no choice.
All right, bye everyone.
Yeah, later.